Good day, everyone. Welcome to another topic in oral communication. This is second quarter, lesson 1 in oral com. Our scope for today is no other than the different types of speech acts. But allow me first to recall the previous discussion that we had in oral com. We talked about speech style, wherein we learned that it is a form of language in which speaker uses and depends on the degree of formality. Moreover, we learned that there are different types of speech style. There are 5 different styles of speech style. We have frozen, formal, consultative, casual, and intimate style of communication. If you want to recap the scope of the previous discussion, feel free to go back to my YouTube channel and then listen, watch, and understand the lesson. But yep, today's topic is all about types of speech acts. Let's begin. Here are the objectives that we need to accomplish at the end of our lesson. First, you must be able to identify the various types of speech context, distinguish types of speeches and speech styles, respond appropriately and effectively to a speech act, and apply learning and thinking skills, life skills, and ICT literacy in understanding the different types of speech acts. Let's begin by simply introducing Mr. John Longshaw Austin, or J.L. Austin. He was one of the most influential British philosophers of his time. He introduced the speech act theory. When we say speech act, it is an act that a speaker performs when making an utterance. It is how the speaker delivers his or her speech or statement. We have the different types of speech acts. Let's begin with the locutionary act. It refers to the actual words spoken by the speaker, the communicative act. It is the actual words or actual message. For example, a teacher giving his class rules to the students said, "We will strictly follow the rules concerning attendance." In the given example, the actual utterance or the actual message is the students will strictly follow the rules. Okay? So that's what we call locutionary act. The actual utterance or actual message. The next type is illocutionary act. It is what the speaker actually meant when he or she said the message. It has something to do with the speaker's intention. For example, a teacher giving his class rules to the students said, "We will strictly follow the rules concerning attendance." The intention of the teacher is to have the students attend the class on time. That is the speaker's intention, to encourage or to remind that the students should attend the class on time. That is what we call illocutionary act, the speaker's intention. Now, let's proceed with the different classifications of illocutionary act according to John Searle. First is assertive, to state a belief or fact confidently. For example, when we conclude, state, claim, or describe, that is assertive. We state, we deliver, we share, we convey our beliefs, or even factual information confidently. Assertion. Next is directive, to make someone carry out an action. Since you're giving direction, you are ordering someone, requesting someone, and or commanding someone. So that's directive. From the word itself, you asked someone, you order someone, you request. Next is commissive, to engage someone to do something in the future. For example, threatening, vowing, or promising. That's commissive. Engage someone to do something in the future. Next is expressive, to express one's emotion from the word itself. Some of the examples are when we congratulate someone, condoling, welcoming, or even apologizing. That's expressive. It is used to express our emotions, our feelings. Next is declaration, to effect immediate changes. We declare, we pronounce, we announce something, bless, or perhaps bid. Now that's declaration, to effect immediate changes. Moving forward, the last type of speech act is perlocutionary act. It refers to the effect that the speech has on the context of the participant's world. In its simplest form, it is the impact of the message stated by the speaker. For example, a teacher giving his class rules to the students said, "We will strictly follow the rules concerning attendance." Having heard this, the students will attend the class on time. So that's the impact of the given statement, no, stated by the teacher regarding class rules. Okay? The impact is that, the result is that the students will attend the class on time. Okay? That's it. Maybe because of the consequence or the possible um, the possible consequence if they won't attend on time. Let's say, for example, if they might miss no something about the discussion, of course there will be a chance that they won't be able to have their quiz or perhaps submit their performance task. So there's a consequence if in case that they will not abide or they will not obey the said rule. That's it. We called it perlocutionary act. Okay, to sum it up, let's reiterate. When we say locutionary act, it is the actual utterance or the actual message. But when we say illocutionary act, it is the social function of what is being said. In its simplest form, it has something to do with the speaker's intention. That's illocutionary. And in perlocutionary act, has something to do with the impact, the resulting act of what is said. Okay? We have here the following examples. First, please cook the food. That's the actual message. What do you think is the speaker's intention? Speaker requests the addressee to cook the food. And then the perlocutionary act is that the addressee cooks the food. Because the speaker is requesting someone, no, he is requesting perhaps sa kanyang kapatid or maybe someone kasama sa bahay to cook. And then, of course, the impact is that since it's a request, a command, okay, a request, then the other um, person will do the act. Okay. Next, is there any fish sauce? Speaker is asking you to give him some fish sauce since the speaker is asking. Okay. You will hand him the fish sauce. Okay, so that's the impact. Do not touch my belongings. Speaker is warning you not to touch her belongings. That is his or her intention to give you a warning, to remind you that you are not allowed, no, to touch her belongings. And then, of course, the impact of that statement is that you will not touch her belongings. Okay? That's the initial impact or the resulting act. You will not touch her belongings. Next, would you lend me some cash? That's the actual message, locutionary. Now, what's the speaker's intention? Illocutionary. The speaker is requesting if he could borrow some cash since he's asking. No, it's an interrogative sentence. And of course, the impact is that you will lend him some cash if in case you have an extra cash. No? But if you don't have, you can, ano naman, you can um, tell him that you don't have enough budget or enough money, no, to lend him some cash out of budget. So that's it. That's it. Locutionary, illocutionary, and perlocutionary act. Once again, when we say locutionary, it is the actual utterance or the actual message, the actual statement. And when we say illocutionary, it has something to do with the speaker's intention. Bakit niyo yun nabanggit? And then perlocutionary has something to do with the resulting act, or in its simplest form, has something to do with the impact. Ano yung magiging ano nyo dito, approach. Okay? Of course, iba-iba naman yon. But yeah, that's it. That concludes our discussion for this day. I hope you learned something about our lesson. If you have questions, please feel free to comment below. Okay? But yep, that's it. Thank you for today. Goodbye, everyone.